Okay, so welcome everyone that's joining. This is Punished for Protecting Facebook Live social media broadcast this evening. We are at an event in the Bronx. We are at an event with elected officials in the Bronx, covering several of the boroughs here with regards to family courts, because we are not partying for Christmas. We are celebrating taking down New York State family courts and CPS and foster care and all that evil stuff. And today I have a lovely family over here. Charlene, want to say hello?
Greetings.
Hello, and Ronald, say hi. And many of you remember Sarah. And we have two surprise guests on tonight that you're going to meet in a minute here. I'm just going to wait for you guys to start joining. Be nice and invite your friends. Hi everybody, welcome. And I'm going to interview, in a minute here, I'm going to interview Dr. Burchell M Marcus, okay? And he's got some good news for New York. And then I have a secret weapon. Her name is Darlene. And Darlene was a foster care case planner. And what else? I'm not sure. And what else?
I was a crisis intervention specialist.
And a crisis intervention specialist, but she's going to expose what goes on in ACS in New York. You guys ready? So here we go. Here we go. So Sarah, I'm going to have you, let's switch this camera. There you go. And make sure they can hear us. Yes. Make sure they can hear us.
Guys, scoot in just a little bit.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here.
So we was invited, we're here with John Perez, and he was invited and I found out so much
Speak up.
and amazing information. I'm just bringing it on. We tried to find the quietest spot that we could find. Doctor, tell us what you do and what you're doing against the state of
I'm a legal advocate in the state of New York and Brooklyn, especially Brooklyn, where I'm the community director for the borough of Brooklyn. I'm the Brooklyn advocate. I advocate for all of Brooklyn, and what I do is liaison between the elected officials and their constituents, the community at large. We address all issues, and when I found out about the crimes that ACS and CPS and family court, including foster care, are engaging and against families, I decided to investigate them, and I found tremendous crimes, and I felt that they have to be addressed, they have to stop, and so I went full steam ahead, challenging them based on law.
So this one second, you're calling them actual crimes.
Yes.
So tell the public what you mean by that. These are actual crimes. So they're running and they're committing crimes every single day.
Yes. I found one of the things that I found out with ACS, CPS, and Family Court, they're an illegal entity. They are child trafficking agencies.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That they are child trafficking agencies. They're taking, they're breaking up families. They're taking innocent children from their families, based on allegations, and claim there are baseless allegations against these families. They're taking these children and they're placing them in homes where there are child molesters, there are abusers, and everything of the sort. There are children who have been taken by ACS and disappeared. No one knows where these children are. These children could be dead. They could be children who were served up as body parts for their own gain. So we are saying this crime have to stop. It have to be exposed, and we are looking to expose them throughout the world, because they all are tied in together. I'm working with a young lady from the Netherlands who have her children taken, and they refuse to give the woman children back. And based on common law, these children belong to you. They are your product. They're your property. They're no one else's property. God didn't give those children to anyone else but you.
Thank you.
They're flesh and blood. You cannot bring charges against anyone for raising their children.
No. Thank
Honestly.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
You have a right to homeschool your children. You have a right not to vaccinate your children. So when they're going to come and tell you that the state said, who is the state? The state is a dead entity. The state have no jurisdiction or right to tell a living person who or what to do with their children.
So you are also a constitutional expert.
I'm a constitutional advocate. I'm a master in constitutional law.
Master's in constitutional law.
Okay.
I speak in constitutional law at colleges and universities and at institutions, educating the people on their rights.
So you found me through Ronald, or you found me through
Well,
the New York State?
I found you because through my associate who works with me, who's also writing a book that will destroy this whole entity called ACS, CPS, and family.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you.
The book is on its way to come out. It's called The Little Lynch. The Little Lynch. Yes, and it will expose these criminals for who they are. And I'm also mentioning the book. And once it come out, it will be one of the best sellers. Because now this book will educate families on who these people are, what they are, and we will go all out to destroy them.
So your colleague, louder?
Yeah.
No, I usually get told to be quiet.
No.
Louder!
A little louder.
Your colleague found, is that better?
Yes.
Did your colleague watch the New York State Assembly and then show you?
No, well, she met you. She met you, Aliyah Holland. She met you, I think, or contacted you, I think, on the internet somehow.
Okay.
And I think y'all spoke at an event.
Yeah, at the New York State Assembly. Another event.
Upstate New York. And when I sent the test, when I sent the video of you testifying in front of New York State Assembly, she said, wait a minute, I know Francesco, I know her very well. We're friends on the internet, Facebook or whatever.
Yes.
And she said, we've met several times. And she said she knows about my case. As a matter of fact, she filed a $100 million lawsuit against Judge Morgenstein.
Which court?
In Supreme Court.
Wow.
Judge Morgenstein.
Which court is he at? Which court is he at?
And Judge Morgenstein, she's in Supreme Court.
Which court is Judge? Which court is he practice law at?
Judge Morgenstein, it's her and her husband. Her husband he's in the appellate division.
Okay.
And Judge Morgenstein, she's a judge in state Supreme Court.
So, what was your opinion of the way the two assemblywomen responded to? Did you see their reactions?
Yes, they did agree with you.
Yeah.
But they are few in numbers to act on this issue. And I applaud them, and I'm going to go after them to make sure that they have legislation passed to shut down.
So that's what we're working on now. And this will be all New Yorkers, but all the country important, and listen to what he has to say, because we're going to be doing a roundtable with them. I will be speaking on behalf of all New York families again at the roundtable, bringing in other experts that day, and also under oath affidavits, tough cases of just very serious matters, even though they're all serious. But when the legislators or the assemblymen, the different reps, tell the different families that they don't have jurisdiction, tell America what that nonsense is.
Yes, please.
When they say that they don't have jurisdiction, it's because they work for a corporation. The assembly is governed on that corporation. The legislators are governed on the corporation, including Congress. they operate under this fictitious entity as though they are for the people. But the people don't understand that they're not there to represent them. They're there to represent the corporation, just like Donald Trump is the president of the corporation.
Right.
And the corporation is a dead entity. And the people have to know that their legislators took an oath to defend and protect a republic.
That's right.
But a republic cannot be a democracy. You cannot have a republic and a democracy together.
Right, sir.
Right? It's null and void.
Nope.
So we have to understand that until we take back our republic, we won't have we would not have a country of laws.
And they don't have jurisdiction over us.
Right, the corporation does
what it
not
really
have.
comes down to.
Right, the corporation does not have jurisdiction over us.
Correct.
And the people need to know this and stand up, stand their ground. Let them know that no, these entities, these corporations have no jurisdiction over us.
Absolutely. And I wanted to point something out because you stated earlier that they don't have any jurisdiction over us and they don't have the right to tell us how to raise our kids. And I completely agree. And I've said it on lives before several times. There is no judge in any delivery room standing next to a mother giving birth. So how dare that so-called judge take that privilege away from that mother? Correct?
Well, it's not. They deemed it a privilege. It's not a privilege. It's a right.
It's a God-given
Listen,
privilege to be a
Even
parent.
in their constitution, in all constitutions, whether the New York State Constitution, the United States Constitution, or the real Constitution, which is the Constitution for the United States, right? It clearly states that you cannot take a right and convert it to a crime. So for these so-called judges who are not Article 3 judges, right?
Yes.
Imposing themselves upon the people, have no jurisdiction.
God bless you. Thank you.
Amen. Amen.
Yes.
What else do you want to tell anybody before I'm going to take Darlene on in a second here?
Yes. I just want to say that it's time that the people get a clear understanding as to the monster they're dealing with. These people are criminals. These people should be in jail. They are the real criminals. Parents have a right to raise their children in the best way possible they see fit.
Thank you.
As long as the parents are not abusing their children physically, such as harming them, hurting them, such as cutting them up and doing all kind of atrocious things to them, you should leave these children, these parents and their families and their children alone. Stop breaking up families.
Yes.
That's what
Thank
they've been
you.
doing. Stop breaking up families.
Yes.
Stop destroying
Yes.
decent homes. Stop destroying these homes.
Yes.
These families need to be left alone. And we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that this corporation leave our families and our children alone.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to bring on Darlene. Come on, okay? You're the next contestant.
The price is right.
The punishment for protecting is right.
Always, Fran, right?
Hi.
Scoot in, scoot in,
She
scoot in.
has some story. We're starting to work on her situation right now. Darlene is a grandmother. It's your son's,
My son's son.
son. And why don't you go ahead and tell a little bit about it, and then tell your background first. I know I went a little bit into it in the beginning, but and kind of maybe bring it in, speak it loud. They can't hear me.
So I worked for the foster care system for approximately 8 years.
And which one? Which one?
Well, there was different ones.
Okay. But in the state of New York.
Oh yeah, New York City.
Okay.
New York City.
New York City.
So I worked for foster care agencies for 8 years, like I said, and I always thought my job was to reunify families.
Yeah.
That's how I saw it. So I tried my hardest to reunify families. Sometimes I was successful, sometimes things, didn't work the way I was praying for. But anyway, so my son and his girlfriend, they had a baby, and they moved into my house when my grandson was 2 months old. That was February, March, April. They moved into my house in April of 2016, and they lived with me for approximately 6 months, and then his mom took my grandson to another state to visit a friend, and they were on vacation. So it was a friend she knew through childhood, and she needed to come back to New York, and his parents and his grandmother said, leave the baby here, go to New York so you don't have to take the baby on a long bus ride, and when you come back, everything will be fine. You continue your vacation. So while his mom was in New York taking care of some situation that she had to take care of, she visited with my son. The guy got upset. She didn't have enough money to go right back. She told him to wait till she got money next week or something like that. And what happened was the guy took my grandson took my grandson to the police station and said he was an abandoned child.
Now hold it right there. So he said he was an abandoned child when
Right.
they had an agreement, and he obviously wasn't. But the thing is that the child lived with you for 6 months.
Right. With the mom.
Not daughter-in-law, but so to speak, daughter-in-law.
Yeah, they lived in my house.
And he goes and he just, so this is in another state now from New York. His residence is in New York. Are you still working as a foster worker at that time? No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you were? Okay, and so your background and all this and your clearance and all that kind of stuff happens.
Right.
And what happens next?
So I asked him to be placed with me, that I'll come directly to Michigan and pick him up. And they told me no, I had to contact the foster care agency. So I contacted the foster care agency, and they told me they were working with the parents, which meant my son and the baby's mom. And they told my son that he had to move to Michigan and live in a shelter in order to get his
They
son
do this a
back.
lot. ACS does this a lot. They put children in shelters when they have homes. Go ahead.
So
Makes a lot of
they
sense.
said they had to move to Michigan, live in a shelter, and then they would work with them to get their son back. So in the meantime, they don't have money to go to Michigan. They don't know what they're going to encounter if they go live in a shelter. And they're calling the agency and they're asking, can they visit? So they go to visit and they go to court. They come back to New York. I decide that I'm going to start going to all the court hearings. So the next court hearing was in February of 2017. And so I started going to all the court hearings. I asked to visit my grandson. They tell me I can visit him in the agency for 2 hours. So there was a few times that I went out there. I flew to Michigan, visited my grandson at the agency for 2 hours, and then flew right back home. I don't have anyone in Michigan. I have nothing to do there. So I'm like trying my hardest, and then I said, look, it doesn't look like you're working with the parents. Like, these kids have no money, and you're asking
Very young.
Yeah, she was 19 years old at the time, the mom.
Oh wow,
And
man.
I said, what you're doing is not fair. Like, can I start
Right.
getting custody of my grandson? So they said, yeah, don't worry, we'll do an ICPC with ACS. They give me a new worker. A new worker.
So they're giving you a worker, so you're kind of used to the system because you worked in this system. And
Right.
what are you feeling like, and what are you thinking? Like, this is ridiculous.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They definitely don't know what they're doing.
So
Obviously.
you're seeing the incompetence,
And I'm
and
saying,
this is a child and a life and a family, and you're now. Let's backtrack for a second, if that's okay. For the audience's sake, from the years that you did this, did you not see incompetency throughout the system as it was? Were you heartbroken many times? Were you seeing children? Were you seeing injuries to children, emotional injuries, or physical injuries, or like were you?
a lot of emotional, mostly. I want to say that the children were like, I want to go home, I miss my parents, when can I see my parents?
I mean, that's just think about that. I want to go home. I miss my parents. When can I see my parents? Where is that healthy? And where on God's green earth is that a healthy thing to do to children under the guise of protecting them? Did you see proof of abuse when these children were taken in the first place, or were you looking at these situations going, why do you have these children?
A lot of times there was no proof of anything. It's just
I want to
hearsay.
repeat it because it's noisy. She said a lot of times there was no proof of anything.
It's mostly hearsay.
Thank you. Yes.
Everything's documented, so
Yes.
you're just reading papers. You're not actually seeing anything.
Yeah.
Were you aware they were falsifying records, or were you in the type of a position where it was harder to figure out what was happening?
At first, I, tried to stay open-minded and see, like, what is the real situation, because
Are they convincing you that they're doing the right thing all the time? Or what happens as a worker now? You are convinced.
I'm not that type of person. I'm the type of person that thinks everybody deserves a chance, and I definitely don't want anybody to have a split family if it's not a necessity. Like if there's a food issue, let's give them food. Why are
Right.
you taking this?
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
there's
You're
something
so 100% right.
And they're taking them from, even if it is a bad situation or a bad workable situation, but they're putting them into far worse situations. Are you?
I mean, there was times that I want to say that, I was worried for the children, but the majority of the times, I think a lot of the stuff that was being, made accusations, I think it was just that, accusations. I don't feel like
Yes.
it was warranted
Yes.
to break up a
So
family.
I want to say something. There are many, many Darlenes in the system working that have a good heart, that know something is wrong. So any of you that are involved in these cases, talk and keep talking so that you can reach to someone that can possibly reach for you. Okay? Because there's a lot of people that have jobs thinking they're going in, doing a good thing.
Well, they're doing what
and
they're
then
told.
you're like,
They're not
Right.
actually.
Yes. Yes.
They're
And
not trying to see things for themselves or put themselves in that person's situation.
That's right.
Which is
That's
where
right.
I feel.
And I myself, I honestly, truly have looked people straight in the face that have removed children from people that I've advocated for,
yeah.
caseworkers, whatever, and I've said, you have the privilege to sit across the dinner table from your child every night. You have the privilege of being able to tuck them into bed at night and see them in the morning. I said, so you're robbing other parents of that, good, loving parents that deserve that privilege that was given to them by God. Nobody. So how can you justify taking that away from a parent when you have that privilege? Because I looked at one case where I said, are you perfect? Have you never made any mistakes as a parent? Right, yeah.
Ronald wanted to ask you something.
No, most of the warrants are false, fake warrants anyway. They're
Right,
not.
they're warrants.
Yes.
The warrants are not real.
Right.
Remember that too. They don't even use warrants, but the warrants they're using are rubber stamped and they don't have an affidavit.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't have an affidavit. All warrants must have an affidavit attached to it. It must have an affidavit of facts, means whoever's bringing the claim, whoever is making the summons and complaint, must testify in front of a judge before a warrant is issued. It has to be done. If it's not done, then it's a clear violation of due process and a clear violation of law.
What about a warrant for a bench warrant? That's not a crime.
A bench warrant, you putting a bench warrant for something that's not a crime means you are in violation of statute to begin with. You cannot, take for instance, if a judge said, well, I'm going to put a bench warrant on you for not showing up. I didn't contract with them. All crimes are commercial, and it's all dealing with contracts. So if I don't show up because I refuse to contract with you, you're going to force me to come in there and then send them so that I could put a lien on you and them. And I would make sure that your ass get locked up by the marshals because they are impersonating judges. They are administrators and they're calling themselves judges. That's a crime. That is treason upon the bench.
So that's what we're going to be going after in the state of New York.
Yes.
Hold on, I just want to say this man is my new best friend. I love him.
Ronald had a question.
I just had a quick question. Your time working with the CPS, was there pressure? Not CPS.
I was under CPS, but I didn't work for CPS. The foster care agencies are actually under CPS.
You're under CPS.
So listen carefully.
And
to what
they're
she's saying.
private
Listen
companies.
carefully. Right,
Yeah.
it's a private for-profit business.
Private for profit.
But listen carefully. She's just said the foster care agency business
Is under the umbrella.
Was there pressure from management, the upper heads, to take children away?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
So
you
he
agree?
said, was there pressure from upper to take children away? What's your answer? Bring it into her.
Well, we don't actually, foster care agencies don't take the children.
Right. The CPS
But what
does.
they do, CPS and ACS, they
Is there a
obligation.
mandate or anything? You know?
CPS and ACS, they will take the children and bring them, you know, they'll give the foster care agency the opportunity if they want to take that case or not. So any foster care agencies that's open for that case that they have the right to accept it or not accept it.
Okay.
So once they take that case, you know, the children were removed from ACS or CPS, you know, not our agency.
You're not getting the raw facts. You're getting the.
If there's a pregnancy and another child is born for that family, they immediately remove the child. And then we pick up the child.
And ask the question.
The question is, the agency, they have liability insurance or claims, some type of claims department?
She doesn't know that.
Well, in actuality,
Liability for what?
they have to. They're supposed to have an omission insurance. They're supposed to have insurance means they're supposed to be bonded. All agencies supposed to be bonded. They have a bond, and the bond could be from $1 million all the way up to $1 billion, if possible. And when the state, city, and federal, they apply to them for funding, claiming that they are actually doing good when they're actually doing bad. The state, city, and federal agency believe what they're saying and give them the funding, right? And that fund comes through a bond.
So I looked up the funding for certain agencies. I don't have, you know, a particular agency in my mind right now. And say like 10 years ago, they were making $11 million.
Yeah.
$11 million.
10 years ago.
Years later, it'll be like $17 million.
Oh my God.
And it just rises till it's like $50 million,
And it goes-
$80 million. So it's become a business.
It's a business.
It started out as a business. It just got more and more sophisticated.
Right.
It got, sorry about that.
No,
More and more sophisticated.
sorry, guys.
This is a political party, believe it or not. You'll see the pictures later.
Right.
There are politicians here up and coming as well, and we are infiltrating it to make sure that New York goes down. That's our goal. And we have a constitutional expert here ready to kick butt in New York.
That's right.
Yes.
We're going to
Yes.
we're taking down the beast. Right?
Yes.
That's right. We have to take the beast down.
Yes.
We have to for our children and our children's children's future.
That's right.
Okay, so we're going to take it down in New York, and then we're going to let it flow through the entire state, nation.
Well, it's going to flow throughout the entire world because ACS and CPS was actually started in Britain.
Keep
London,
going.
England.
Come on. What did I say? The British are coming.
Yeah, because
It's the truth.
They're here.
It's the truth.
The bar.
if you remember, they used to have these orphanage houses in London where they used to go take the children and traffic the children to the monarchy for sex and other things, and then they started to use the children for body parts and all that stuff. We have documents on all of that.
They also did it here on the trains. They used to
Yes.
send them to farms to work
Yes.
for strangers.
Right.
They never got their children back.
Right.
And
Oh
this
my
is
God.
so this is going under a guise of a justice system that's not a
Yeah.
justice system. So what a crime on our country's soil, my friends. If
Yes.
you see this for the first time, this is very, very serious. This is treason
Yes.
on American soil from the
Look.
day of inception. Even if they did good, they're still wrong.
They're
But
still
they've done nothing
Yes.
but wrong.
Yes. Everybody
So the
needs to
injuries
open their
are
eyes.
compounded injuries through decades and decades of destroying families and lives, destroying. So basically, what this is doing is it's creating these children now that are they don't know their identity.
No.
They're on
Yeah, false
medication.
identities.
They're on drugs. They're on street drugs because they don't know where their parents are.
Well-
They're crying out saying, "I want to go home. I miss my mommy and daddy. When do I get to see them again?" How heartbreaking is that?
Another crime that these people are committed is that they would subject their family, their mother or father, to psychiatric evaluations. And the judge will agree, yeah, well, who was them? They're not experts. So how could you tell me I need psychiatric evaluation?
Thank
When I'm
you.
speaking to you
Thank you.
with with common sense,
They
even
need
though they say common
psychiatric
sense is not common no more.
judges.
And half the time when they go to these psychiatrists, the psychiatrists dismiss it and say, no, you don't need it.
And
But
they
ACS
don't
insists
believe it, yeah.
that the ACS or CPS insists that yes, they need it, and you and make these doctors administer medication to these people.
Or
I've
keep
seen
them in
them
long-term
right.
treatment.
To keep them in
And
long-term
while they're in treatment, they can't get their children back.
put the
Sounds like
children,
I am a product
they even
of all
put
of
the
that.
children on medication, and the medication have been destroying these children.
Yes.
Look, the amount of proof and evidence that we have against these people.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We're gonna
So what we're going to
The
do
cat
is,
out the
just
bag.
to let everybody know,
I wanna
I'm gonna
cry.
I'm going to post this in a little bit. Email us, punishforprotecting.punishforbeingaaparent.com. Fill out the contact form, say that you saw this video. Join with us. I'm doing timelines under oath. We're working all together. We have other people that are working together. I will be doing a roundtable with the state assembly. We will be bringing in more families. I want every single family in the state of New York that is suffering from this, or you suffered from it. Maybe you're not still going through it. Okay, send them all. New York State, we are gonna bring the state down. We are going to make sure that the judges are going to jail.
Yes.
Yes.
Cheers. Cheers to that.
And that will include the caseworkers.
Yes.
That will include the bar members. Everybody that has been a part of this.
Yes.
That's what we're doing.
Yes.
Just
Thank you.
remember, one last thing, just remember that these people who are calling themselves judges are not judges.
Administrators.
They are administrators, right? An administrator is not a judge. Just remember that they are violating the oath. They don't even have an oath of
It's not a
office.
proper oath.
They don't have an oath of office. So remember, anytime they tell you that they're judges, right? Ask for their oath of office, ask for standings in that court.
They refuse to give it.
Well,
Anthony McGinty
what you have to
can't
do,
give
the
it.
trick is,
Anthony McGinty
how you get it,
asked me to go to
how you
New
get
York
it,
to get
they'll run off the bench. Just remember,
But Anthony McGinty won't run off the bench. He's so cocky.
well, this is what you do.
He's the only one that wouldn't run off
This
the
is
bench.
what you do. Ask when you're going nice and smiling. Well, Judge, before we get started, I'd like to make something clear. Is this a court of recordings? The minute you say yes, you say, well, for the record, I would like for everyone in this courtroom to place his status on record, including you, Judge, means I need to see your oath of office. She will run off the bench.
I've done that I want you to know that they do run off the bench. It's happening all over the country. But when I did that with Anthony McGinty, he refused to get off the bench. He
Therefore,
refused to get off my case. And I wrote a book about it.
well, when they do it, no. Anytime they do it, no. This is what you do. You do a summons and complaint along with an affidavit, and you submit it to the federal court, demanding that the marshals arrest the judge. They have to arrest for impersonating the judge.
God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for
We will get the
speaking
media.
the truth.
We will get the media. We will take the marshals and the sheriff to arrest them.
This week alone, this past week alone, a woman had a stroke
I got chills.
around the way to the fake family court, and he gave her children to the father who didn't even ask for the children, who doesn't have a license, a car, isn't near the school, and the school bus doesn't go there. And then he put an innocent man in jail for 10 days. Another long story. It's getting really noisy, guys, so we're going to wrap this up tonight. But remember, we're working together. We will take down New York.
Oh, yes, we will.
We will take down.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Punish for protecting. Bye, guys.